G'day guys, welcome back to Arthur's videos. Mate, have I got a doozy from this video, man? This is gonna be a good video, man. This is gonna be a good video, okay? I'm gonna shoot it in more series, you know. But before I waffle on, it is yum cha time, man. Yep. There it is there. The bottle's cruising down. Yep, the bottle's going down. There's my sponsored cup. You know, I just had to get my thoughts there for a sec, you know. All right, guys, I'm pouring it in. There it is there. I'm opening it up. I'm pouring it in. There you go. There's the pour, you know, for the shot to start me waffling on. Guys, cheers. Oh, the weather's getting a bit cooler now. It's going down a bit better, this drop, you know. You knows what the description's up the top. I got it in. This is how I got it. I'm going to show you bits and pieces on the stages. The love I put into these games, man. This is the first one. I'm a virgin. This is the first one I'm working on. You know what I mean? So you sort of see the Japanese seafood panties, the bedsheet with the stains, and on it goes. Okay, here. Yeah, man, reveal it. All right, I'm going to reveal it. Check that out, guys. Check that out. It's called a Club, okay, 7. Okay, it's done by Jubilee, okay? It's another Australian company, okay? Back in the day, it's out of Sydney, you know? So they got screwed over, or they also got done over by Aristocrat for copying their patent jobs and that, you know what I mean? So let me get the camera off the tripod. I'll do a drive-by shooting, you know? So you guys got to sort of see it, how it is, you know, this cabinet is basically. Apparently this here, there's a title strip that goes here. There's a title strip. Okay, which shows you what the payout is. I'm trying to find that for the guy, you know what I mean? So, yeah, so this is called a Jubilee Riviera, you know what I mean? Mate, even the word Riviera, you know, it's like those cars from the 70s, you know what I mean, when you're cruising around. Okay, now check this out. Remember we were talking about the reserve shit? That says reserve in there, but it's faded. You can sort of see it there. But have a look at that. How cool is that, man? The flap is still original, you know what I mean? How cool is that, you know what I mean? This it's tarnish, you know, it's got pivotation in there, you know what I mean? But as I said, this is how I got it, you know what I mean? I saw when I picked that up, I said, mate, look at the slot. So when you put your coin up to the top, the reject comes at the front here, and you pull it out. How cool is that? And at the same time, it's got this little magnifying glass here. See, there's a little magnifier, so you can sort of see if your coin is in there. You know what I mean? Because you know how the Aristocrat had the coins in the display, so you could sort of see it. Well, it goes that way. Okay, these guys came up with this magnifier, so you can sort of see the coin before you pull it into the unit. But check that out. I haven't cleaned it. It's dirty. You can sort of see how pivotation it is, basically, you know what I mean? But I'm going to open it up for you guys. Now, check this out, you know what I mean? Now, see how the Aristocrat, hang on. See how the Aristocrat had that little thing? Have a look at these guys, how they done it, you know what I mean? Check that out. And they've got this little globe in there for their back box and there, a couple of globes here. Got a couple of globes there and that. But have a look at their design of the coin mat, you know, because don't forget, there was called patterns back in the day, you know what I mean? So, as I said to you, and check out their symbols as a Jubilee, how they are symbols, okay? Check their symbols out, you know what I mean? Because everybody says the paper, these are paper, you know, on metal wheels, you know what I mean? But as I said, this is the first time I'm actually working on one of these. I've never come across any of these, you know what I mean? But as I said, check that out, you know, and have a look at this, the payout windows. That's actually metal, and there's that viewing thing where you view the coin, which is over here. So the little this is 10 cents, will sit in there, so you can sort of view it through the little hole there, basically, you know. Same sliders, you can sort of see it's the same mechanism, okay, with the little sliders for the payout. Different funnel system, a little bit different, okay. And have a look at this. It's all metal, all this, hang on, I'll pull over here. All this, it's on a tray. That's all metal, okay? Trust me, it's all metal, you know? How cool is that? A bit of engineering work into that, you know what I mean? Compared to the Aristocrat, you know what I mean? Yeah, pity this is just tight. It's what's his name? It's steel. Hang on, get my magnet thing out. Okay. Yeah, see, it's not stainless steel. It's just metal. Oh, fuck. You see that? It's just metal. That's aluminium. You know, aluminium. You know, so it's metal. You know, so yeah. So what do you expect, mate, from the 70s? You know, it's got an arm. There's the arm. Yeah, man, what's with you and your arms? Yeah, it's got a little red ball on the top of the arm, basically. So they couldn't say, hang on, well, you copied ours because they just changed the knob on it, basically. So, yeah, so as I said to you, I just want to show you how I got this machine in at the moment. It's just a quick video. So I'll make another video. I'll take out the, brain just stopped again. I'll take out the mechanism and I'll talk about the mechanism, how it works, and compare it with the Aristocrat one, basically, you know what I mean? But as I said to you, you know, just showing you how I got it. I'll put a bit of love into it. I'll do a strip down again on it and all that. But as I said, you know, it's the first one I'm doing, but I can sort of see it's sort of pretty close to what the Aristocrat stuff is, you know what I mean? Slight variations in the mechanism. But as I said, they're not going to reinvent the wheel. Everybody copies everybody else's products, you know what I mean? Oh, check the hinges out. How good are they? Check engineering on that, on a hinge, you know what I mean? You got to look at that. Look at the hinge on that, you know what I mean? Yeah, check those out. I've just noticed it now with what it is, you know what I mean? Mate, a lot of fabrication goes into this, you know. This is quality. It's a timber cabinet on the side. It's actually timber. It's a timber box, okay, with a bit of metal on the side, basically. No, it's not. It's plywood. It's made out of plywood with a Laminex on there, basically. So their cabinet's made out of timber. Hey, how cool is that? You know what I mean? Well, I was impressed with this. Tell you now, I'm impressed with that. So yeah, so there you go. Just a quick video on this. You know what I mean? Cool character too. You know what I mean? As I said, cool character. You know what I mean? As I said, I'd like to show you something how I get it in before and after, but I'll try finding this little glass for the guy, you know what I mean? So on that note, guys, you know, the old saying of mine is, you know, pinball machines, video games, hang on, and Dr. Love, you know. So guys, as I said, it's a quick video to show you something, how I got it in. But yeah, watch my next video where I'll show you the mechanism again. And by the way, yeah, it's another pokey for those guys who want video games as a pokey, all right? So guys, thanks for watching my video. Cheers, man. Cheers, you know.